सुरतीस के ये पॉडकास्ट के अंदर पहली बार नॉन इंडियन गेस्ट आया है।
Indians are well known for having best doctors, best engineers. Look, we bring 2,000 to 3,000 new workers each year. We recently launched Humble Education and Humble Hunters here in India, in the state of Gujarat. Mid developer can make most of the blue collar workers. They take home above 1,000 euros.
Can you give me the concrete reason why the student would prefer Croatia over all these countries?
I can leave my kids on the street without any supervision in United States. We are going to struggle as a country, as an economy, as a society. So it's important for us that we have multiple programs how to attract talent that we want to see there.
आज सुरतीस के ये पॉडकास्ट के अंदर पहली बार नॉन इंडियन गेस्ट आया है। ये क्यों आया है वो आपको थोड़ी देर में बताता हूँ। आजकल इंडिया से बहुत सारे हमारे दोस्त जो है वो स्टडी पर्पस के लिए, सेटल होने के लिए या वर्क करने के लिए इंडिया से बाहर जाते हैं, जैसे कनाडा, यूएस, यूके, ऑस्ट्रेलिया। बहुत सारी ऐसी कंट्रीज है जहां पर वर्क करने के लिए जाते हैं। लेकिन आज के हमारे जो गेस्ट है ड्यूयान टॉर्नास्की, जो कि है क्रोएशिया से, और ड्यूयान जो है वो हम्बल एजुकेशन, हम्बल हंटर्स ऐसी कंपनी के फाउंडर्स है। क्यों यहां पर आए हैं? क्रोएशिया और यूरोपियन कंट्रीज के अंदर वर्क परमिट के रिगार्डिंग, वहां पर पीआर के रिगार्डिंग, वहां पर एजुकेशन के रिगार्डिंग हमने बहुत सारी ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर की है। क्या मिनिमम वेज मिलेगा आपको जब आप स्टडी कर रहे हो, तो कितने आवर्स वीकली वर्क परमिशन मिलती है, क्या वेज मिलता है उस टाइम पे, किस तरीके से आप वहां का स्टडी एक्सपेंस निकाल सकते हो, और आगे जाके क्रोएशिया में सेटल होने के क्या चांसेस है, कितने टाइम में आपको पीआर मिलेगा, कितने टाइम में आप सिटीजन हो पाएंगे, आपको कहाँ की सिटीजनशिप मिलेगी। ऐसी बहुत सारी इन डेप्थ डिस्कशन हमारी ड्यूयान के साथ हुई है। होप आपको ये पॉडकास्ट बहुत ही अच्छा लगे, आपके लिए बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव हो, आपके लिए बहुत ही नॉलेजेबल हो, आपकी लाइफ के अंदर वैल्यू क्रिएट करने वाला हो। इस पॉडकास्ट को बहुत ही ध्यान से सुनिएगा। एंड वी आर फीलिंग प्राउड कि आज हमारे यहाँ पर नॉन इंडियन गेस्ट है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Hello, Mr. Dejan. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
A little bit tired.
Little bit tired?
Yeah, I mean, I've been traveling for the past few days since Thursday. I've been always on the road, changing planes, changing cities. So it's a little bit exhausting. Yeah.
So it's how long it's your tour to India?
I'm staying here for about 10 days. So I'm now about halfway.
Just halfway to go.
Yeah.
How do you find India? Like, what special do you find here in India?
I mean, India is quite interesting. Many people have probably, different or wrong impression, but I still think India is a beautiful and interesting country, interesting culture, amazing food. So I enjoy when I come here to visit India.
So, Mr. Dejan, can you please share me something about your initial days of career?
Sure. I mean, I'm just a regular person like everyone else. Even though at the moment I run a quite huge company. I'm a CEO and co-founder of one of the leading recruitment and staffing agencies in Croatia. But before that, I was, as just like anybody else, working for somebody else for many years. Changed careers throughout the years. I have a background in IT, but I also worked in hospitality. that helped me a lot to get out of the comfort zone, because sometimes when you are in a IT business, you become introvert, but hospitality business helps you to get out of that shell and become more open for communication with people and so on. And now after like more than 20 years working in different corporations and businesses, I decided to take this journey and have my own business. So past 4.5 years, I've been running my own business.
So why staffing and education industry?
Well, staffing was something that's I think it was quite natural for me to manage a large group of people. I guess I'm like a natural manager or a leader of people, and it came very easily for me to start recruitment and staffing business, because I can recognize if somebody has good intentions, if somebody is a good fit for the position that they're applying for, and then later on managing that relationship with the worker, making sure that he gives the best for the company. So 4.5 years ago, me and my partner, we recognized that the market needs, there's actually a huge shortage of labor in Croatia, and we wanted to help companies find the right staff. It was quite important for us to provide quality service for our clients, but also to find high quality candidates for those positions that we are trying to fill. And we even though COVID was, during those 4 years interrupting our growth, we managed to, excel and become one of the market leaders in Croatia in such a short period. I mean, it was not easy journey, but we surrounded ourselves with the good partners and good people that helped us, find a good source. And that's one of the reasons I actually came to India. India is, huge pool of talent, not just for, blue collar segment or sector that we were supplying in the beginning for the companies, but, worldwide, Indians are well known for having best doctors, best engineers, best managers, especially in the financial sector or engineering. So it was quite, natural or normal for me to come here and look and search for the talent.
So what's your major?
I have a degree in computer science, and I worked a few years in the IT industry. Then I moved to United States. I worked there for more than a decade, and about 6 or 7 years ago, I moved to Croatia because for family reasons or multiple reasons, me and my wife, we didn't really see ourselves starting a family in United States. We really wanted to have a good life for us and for our family in a country where we can feel, safe and but also to settle economically.
You're saying United States is not stay safe.
It's safe, but not as safe as where I live right now. I cannot say that I can leave my kids on the street without any supervision in United States, while this is quite normal thing in Croatia. You don't have to really supervise your kids or worry that something's going to happen to them. It's no matter what time of day it is. kids are playing outside or going to school, walking to the school, or even taking an Uber or any kind of taxi. You don't have to worry that something is going to happen to them. It's while this is not quite normal in the United States, people there are they worry a lot about what's going to happen to them, and security is always something that's questionable, unfortunately. Yeah.
A student of computer science and then working as an IT profession. Now you into the industry of staffing and placement. So what are the challenges did you have faced?
Well, having experience and also a degree in computer science actually helped me with this business, because I always try to improve the business processes, and technology is something that we welcome in our company. We from the beginning we implemented many tools that some legacy recruitment agencies are not using, and I think that helped us achieve such great results, because we rely a lot on the technology, and we are not scared to use it. So that being said, for any kind of challenge where we see, let's say, a challenge in a communication with a large amount of people, we automatically research and see what kind of tool we can implement that can help us, give much faster answers to those questions that people are asking. For example, we recently implemented one AI tool that we trained with a knowledge and like questions and answers that we mostly get from the staff, from the workers, and now this AI chatbot is answering like human being, and we see increase in workers' satisfaction with getting the answers quickly, because actually instantly. Because before that, we were, providing them with the answers only during the working hours, and we work with humans. They are, living beings, and they want answers at any time of the day or night or weekend, holiday, whatever it is. If they need an answer, they will try to get it and call you like on your cell phone or something. But with this tool, like, we managed to give them answers just like we are in the office. So that's just one of the things that we use as our advantage to grow the company.
So your experience with the IT company, come into in practice with your current organization. That's pretty good. Mr. Dejan, can you please tell me something about Humble Education and Humble Hunters?
Humble Hunters, yes. Well, I started first recruitment and staffing agency, which is Humble Hunters, due to that shortage in a local market, and we quickly became one of the market leaders. But we quickly realized that all those workers and students, they need also some kind of training and certification, and to improve their skills and easily integrate into the society. So it was quite natural to start another vertical in our company, in a group of companies, Humble Education. So recently we established this entity as with a goal to educate the workers that we currently have in our portfolio, but also to enroll new students into the universities in Croatia, but also in Europe.
So what's your core? Recruiting people or to enrollment in universities?
Actually both, because I believe those two businesses, they complement each other. when we are bringing new staff, look, we bring 2,000 to 3,000 new workers each year, and it's very important for us that they integrate into a society, and that requires some training and education on a weekly or on a monthly basis, and that's what we are doing through the Humble Education. But we are thinking also long term. As you can see, if you just see the demographics of Croatia, in next 5 to 10 years, we will need a lot of fresh and young workforce, and this means that white collar segment is going to be affected heavily, and that's where we want to be the market leader as well by bringing fresh and young talent through the universities. We will enroll students in the local universities and then follow them on their journey. And as soon as they graduate, we will immediately hire them through our main business, and place them in corporations that we are working currently.
Your major operations are in Croatia or European countries, right?
Correct. We are established in Croatia. That's on our kind of headquarters. But we already started to expand regionally. We are first expanding in the neighboring countries like Slovenia, Serbia, Hungary, and Austria. But the goal is, to expand further to, have an office or an entity in almost every country in Europe. And later on, we'll see, maybe in another continent like United States or Australia, we'll see.
What's your purpose right now for your visit to India?
My purpose, well, I'm doing two things. I'm, exploring partnerships with more recruitment agencies that can help us find the talent that we are looking for, but also establishment of Humble Education here and Humble Hunters here in India. We recently launched Humble Education and Humble Hunters here in India in the state of Gujarat, and the goal is to promote it, to make awareness about us, that we are now present in this market, and that we will be here for a long time. We want to expand also heavily in every state and acquire and attract the talent that we are looking for, and probably help them. Actually, the ultimate goal is to change people's lives. India is quite largely populated country with 1.5 billion people. Not everybody always get a chance to succeed, and we are hoping that through Humble Education and Humble Hunters, we'll be able to at least some percentage to affect and change their lives by helping them go abroad. Yes.
So, can you please tell me what are the industry that is booming there? Like, what are the personnel that Croatia will welcome? Would love to welcome, because we want these kind of people. If we go back in 10-15 years back, that Nova Scotia region of Canada, they were looking for very huge numbers of blue collar person for their industrial development. So can you tell me what are the industries that are looking for blue collar persons, skilled personnel? Yeah.
Actually, a lot of different industries are affected with the shortage. Primarily, those blue collar positions from basic positions in the hospitality industry, hotels, or maybe some cleaning companies, to the warehouse, in logistics and transportation, truck drivers, forklift operators, and going to manufacturing, some like production workers, simple like positions, and up to some more like, let's say, skilled positions in the construction, or like in oil and gas industry, where we need more like skilled welders or pipe fitters, or I don't know, masons, or even civil engineers. And lately we see a spike in the need for the white collar sector as well, for some office positions, let's say data administration, to let's say engineering, or I don't know, web programming, or like IT sector, and so on. So there's like a slowly but surely we are going into the white collar sector as well.
Jobs required any competitive test prior to the visa or something?
Yes, of course. I mean, I always like to say I wouldn't like to go to a surgery with a doctor who doesn't have experience. But for certain positions, we don't really require some extensive knowledge or extensive experience, because certain positions like a cleaner or a warehouseman, it doesn't require that much training. Within a few days, a person can quickly pick up the what's needed and required from them to do on a daily basis. But for some positions, yes, we do require to have extensive experience, like welders or construction workers. We ask that they have previous experience working in the same field. And besides that, we also require them to speak above basic English, because communication is important. Croatia is, if you look at the level of English proficiency, 90% of the population speaks very good English, but we don't speak Indian. And if somebody from India comes to Croatia and they don't speak English, communication will be very difficult for them to communicate with, let's say, cashier at the grocery store, or teller at the bank, or in any government institution. Is going to be a challenge for them.
Mr. Dejan, what's the native language of Croatia?
It's called Croatian.
Croatian.
So it's a Slavic language, very similar to Russian, but it's we call it Croatian.
So English is equally acceptable.
Yes. From the early ages, we learn English in school, and since Croatia is one of the top travel destinations in the world, tourism industry is our leading industry, and everybody basically speaks English, because we have so many tourists coming to Croatia each year, and we have a lot of restaurants and hotels and shops, and we live from tourists that are visiting us. So English is basically a must.
Can you please tell me what will be the average pay for skilled personnel, white collar personnel, and the blue collar personnel, and what if we count it in Indian rupees?
Okay, so if you come to work in Croatia as software engineer, let's say if we look on the comparison of a junior or a medium or senior level, like mid developer can make as low as 2,500 euros. Okay. Up to seniors are making 3,500, 4,000 euros per month. And most of the companies, they help you with the housing allowance, or they provide some accommodation for you.
And what about the blue collar?
Blue collar, it's of course much lower. For certain positions, we pay minimum wage, and minimum wage at the moment is like 750 euros. But we see average, nobody makes less than 1,000 euros because, there are some benefits. We provide food allowance, transportation allowance, and then they get paid for the overtime. Overtime in Croatia is paid 50%. So a lot of workers who are coming to work in a blue-collar sector, they really want to work as much as possible, and companies welcome that, and most of the blue-collar workers, they take home above 1,000 euros on a basic positions. Those who are a little bit more skilled, like welders and truck drivers, they take home like 2,000 euros.
So what are the chances of getting PR once people give 2 years or 5 years of their life? Then what are the chances of getting PR? Because your tagline shows that staffing and settling,
Yes.
right?
For us, it's actually important that this is not like a one-time transaction. We really want people to come to Croatia and stay there. And therefore, our government introduced multiple programs how to achieve this. Permanent residence is available to everybody who comes to Croatia and works for 5 years. So before the 5th year expires, the worker can apply for the permanent residence. And the requirements are quite easy. All they have to do is maintain their, stay in Croatia for 5 years. For the students, this is something new that government introduced for the students. If they maintain their stay in Croatia as a student for 5 years, they also become automatically eligible for the PR. And a great benefit as well is as soon as you get the permanent residence, immediately the very same day you can apply for the citizenship. Okay. So basically, the moment you become a permanent resident, you are eligible for citizenship as well.
You said, there is a huge scope that, once you study over there for 5 years, you'll immediately get visa, and not visa, you get PR, and you get citizenship, So, how do you collaborate with these universities at Croatia? What are the educational scope over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a partnership with basically more than 90% of the universities in Croatia. And those are government institutions and private institutions as well. And that partnership is, on a B2B level. We provide for them, enough pool of talents or students that they have open for the foreigners, and for them we organize many educational seminars or educational affairs where they can attend and present their universities to the students, so to help students make a much easier decision. For those universities that are not able to, attend those educational fairs or seminars, we are the one who are representing them. We are the one who are, talking about the programs that they offer, the curriculum that's offered in those programs, and also we take care of the entire admission process. We are the one who are facilitating the acceptance letters, then the visa processing, the notification of the documents, and so on. So we are basically, the mediators in the process for the universities.
How many hours the students can work during their study, and what is the basic pay?
Yes. So what's a great benefit for anybody who wants to study in Croatia is that they can work about up to 20 hours per week. And the government regulated minimum wage for the students is 7.5 euros per hour. So this comes up to almost 600 euros that they can make just by working part-time, 20 hours per week. It's not that much. And I'll be honest with you, 600 euros per month covers all your expenses. Yeah.
Does it include university fees?
No, but I would say that it covers all your accommodation expenses and the food expenses. So if you're not, a person that's, spending too much, with 600 euros, you don't have to ask your parents to send you money on a monthly basis to, to pay the rent and buy food. A lot of students, and this is available to the foreign students as well, during the summer break, they can actually work full-time. And those 2 months, since Croatia is, a travel destination, a lot of hotels, they need a lot of help and support. So students go to work in those hotels, and those 2 months, they make so much money that they cover with that money their tuition fees for the entire year. So
in just 2 months.
2 months, yes. Yes. Look, average tuition fee in Croatia is between 4,000 and 5,000 euros. So in those 2 months, you can make that money.
As you said, if any student or staff recruiter, any person coming there for a job or something like that, they spend 5 years, so they will get visa of Croatia or Shenzhen.
Actually, Croatia is part of Schengen, and as soon as you enter Croatia, you are part of Schengen. Yeah. And for example, when you come to Croatia as a student, the very first week, you will get TRC, or a temporary residence card. Okay. This temporary residence card is basically your, ticket to any Schengen country. You can easily travel to any of those countries. But what's also good about this temporary residence card, it allows you to travel up to 67 different countries, not just Europe, but in 67 different countries with this TRC. Yeah.
So once if any student or anyone who has recruited in Croatia want to move to any other country, European country, they can.
Yes, they can. Even during their studies, they can easily transfer from Croatia to any other university in Europe. And same thing with the workers. If you are working for a Croatian company on a work permit, you can easily transfer to any other country wherever you get the work permit. The moment you become a permanent resident of Croatia, then you don't need any more work permit. With a permanent residence, you can go to Germany and find a job, and you don't need a work permit then for the Germany.
To be very honest to you, we here in India would love to go Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. Can you give me the concrete reason why the student would prefer Croatia over all these countries? Because they have a dream to settle over there in Canada, United States, United Kingdom.
Honestly, I think Canada and United States and Australia, New Zealand, they probably did much better marketing than Europe. So there's this huge noise or fuzz about Canada, study in United States, but nobody knows that much about Europe. I mean, Europe also offers world-class education. And what's great benefit for Croatia is that you can still get world-class education, but pay much lower tuition fees and have a much cheaper cost of living. So if you look at financially, you're getting the same quality of the education, but you are spending a lot less money. I've seen a lot of students in United States or Canada taking student loans to pay for their tuition fees, and then for many years they have to pay off this debt that they accumulated as a student. Well, this is something that's not going to happen in Croatia. As I mentioned, sometimes students can support themselves just by working 20 hours per week. And like I said, they're still getting the world-class education. Croatia is, also well known for many, famous scientists that came out from the educational system from in Croatia, like Nikola Tesla is Croatian, born and raised in Croatia. He finished school there, and then he became one of the probably most important scientists in the world. So, yeah, I mean, I think Europe also deserves a spot amongst all these, desired educational destinations. And Croatia, I think, is comparing to these other countries like United States and Canada, is more open. We have a very liberal immigration system, and it's quite easy to come to Croatia. We don't have any restrictions. We're not that strict with certain requirements. Many universities in Croatia, they don't require IELTS test, and I know this is something that is bothering a lot the students. Like, oh, how am I going to pass this IELTS test? I'm nervous, or I don't know. I don't have this level of English that's required. While in Croatia, many universities they don't ask you to submit your IELTS test. But we at Humble Education, we feel responsibility to explain to the students how important it is to have the necessary level of English knowledge, because how are you going to follow the studies? I mean, that's going to be failure for both of us. And we always advise students here in India, okay, I understand, maybe you're nervous, maybe you cannot pass the IELTS test with a 6.0 or 6.5 score. Sometimes students just simply don't do well those tests. But they have a very good knowledge of English, and they speak very good English, and they write and understand very good English, but sometimes they cannot pass this test. And this is a great benefit for Croatia, where many universities, they don't require this test.
Dejan, can you please tell me, or can you please assure me about, will Croatian or European education will match to Indian education?
That's tough question. India also has a very good educational system. Many great doctors and engineers are being produced here, but I believe that we also have a very good educational system, and many foreigners are coming there, and you can find different fields where many students excel and then become, after that, great entrepreneurs or great managers or leaders in big corporations. So I believe we can match it.
What do you think? Why do you think Indian people should go there for work, or Indian students should go there, specifically European countries, for work or for study purpose? What's Europe has to offer to India?
Well, as I mentioned before, Europe is very traditional and long history, and now what we are going through in the next 5 to 10 years, the demographics of Europe is not looking good. And I think this is a huge opportunity for Indian nationals who are looking to settle abroad, to find their new home in Europe. Croatia is very open to and welcoming Indian people, and also the same thing for other countries, because for us it's very important to attract good people, loyal people that are going to integrate into a society and stay there long term, because as I mentioned, if we don't have enough influx of fresh and young workforce in the next few years, we are going to struggle as a country, as an economy, as a society. So it's important for us that we have multiple programs how to attract talent that we want to see there in Croatia. And I think this is a great opportunity for Indian nationals who really want to, maybe escape from here, or maybe just go somewhere abroad and find their future home in Europe.
हमारे सारे ऑडियंस को मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि हम्बल हंटर्स और हम्बल एजुकेशन की हमारे साउथ गुजरात में भी एक एस्टैब्लिशमेंट हो चुकी है. वो नंबर मैं यहाँ पर डिस्प्ले पे मेंशन कर दूंगा और आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन पे भी नंबर और एड्रेस मिल जाएगा. अगर आप किसी को यूरोपियन कंट्रीज स्पेसिफिकली क्रोएशिया में जाके वर्क करना है या फिर वहाँ पर यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में जाके आपको कुछ स्टडी करना है, जैसे क्रोएशिया से जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव आज हमारे यहाँ पर सुरतीस पॉडकास्ट में आया है, उन्होंने बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर की है. मैं कुछ लिंक्स भी डाल दूंगा ताकि आपको और ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिले. मैं आपसे एक निवेदन और भी करता हूँ कि आप जो भी कुछ ये कंपनी के थ्रू आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, अपनी सूझबूझ अपने विवेक बुद्धि का इस्तेमाल कीजिएगा. सारी चीज़ें अच्छे से जांच पड़ताल करके आप आगे बढ़िएगा. मिस्टर डेयान, इट वॉज nice having you over here in Surtis. It is my first English podcast. Hope you understand. Hope I have enough communicated well what I have intended to, and you give me the answer appropriately which I was looking for. Hope it was a smooth conduct.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. And yes, thank you very much for having me, and it was pleasure to be the first one who is doing the English podcast. So I hope it's going to be successful, and I wish you many more English podcasts in the future.